This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 481, How to Become a Zen Valedictorian, Decreasing Your Stress Without Decreasing Your Ambition, by Cal Newport of calnewport.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Wednesday and welcome back, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. The Optimal Living Daily Podcast Network is where we simply read to you every single day from some of the best blogs on the planet, with permission from the authors. And today's post from Cal Newport is sort of a continuation. I would recommend listening to yesterday's episode because he refers to it in the post that we're going to hear today. So this will all make a lot more sense if you hear that first. That's episode 480. So with that out of the way, let's hear the post as we optimize your life. How to Become a Zen Valedictorian, Decreasing Your Stress Without Decreasing Your Ambition, by Cal Newport of calnewport.com. The Zen Valedictorian Decoded. Last week, or yesterday on Optimal Living Daily, I introduced the Zen Valedictorian philosophy. This concept captures the general approach to student life that I've been promoting on this blog. The big idea is to find a way to become less overloaded and less stressed without becoming less impressive. I believe that a student should be able to have an engaging, fun college experience and still get into a top graduate program or professional school and have the ability to choose between outstanding job opportunities. I lived this dream. I've met dozens of other students who have as well. In this article, I explain how you can achieve it too. The framework. As with the straight A method, which provides a structure for all of my study advice, here I will describe a general framework for the Zen Valedictorian philosophy. This framework can be realized with any number of specific strategies. Specifically, there are three main principles: under-schedule, innovate, and focus. If you can satisfy all three, however you do it, you can achieve the Zen Valedictorian lifestyle. Principle number 1, under-schedule. The Zen Valedictorian has more free time than he has activities or classes to fill it. He does not stuff his schedule to capacity. Instead, he purposefully under-schedules. Rare are the days in which the Zen Valedictorian is working for most of his waking hours. More common are relaxing nights and last-minute adventures. The goal of this principle is to leave room in student life for relaxation and participation in activities that generate happiness. It rejects the degenerate belief that if you're not working every free minute, then you're somehow failing as a student. It also provides the flexibility needed to pursue the random interesting opportunities that often lead to big positive results. To satisfy this principle requires two strategies. Number 1, simplification. Have one major. Balance easy courses with hard courses during a given semester. Slash and burn your extracurricular commitments to the bare minimum. Number 2, efficiency. Improve your study and productivity skills. Live the pillars of the straight A method. The better these skills, the easier it will be to underschedule. Principle number 2, innovate. The Zen Valedictorian strives to be interesting, not widely accomplished. The psychology of impressiveness reveals that people are more impressed by someone who makes them ask, "How did he do that?" than someone who has a sizable laundry list of standard activities. Achieving the former, fortunately, requires less time and significantly less stress than achieving the latter. The Zen Valedictorian takes advantage of this reality by constantly looking to push his involvements into the rarefied territory of interestingness. The goal of this principle is to stand out from the crowd by means other than simply outworking your peers. To satisfy this principle, keep looking for low-hanging fruit. That is, identify interesting, unexpected directions toward which you can push your involvements. Take the normal course of action for someone in your situation, then pump up its ambition by 50%. Next, ask, if I had to make this happen, what would it really require? More often than not, you'll realize that what once seemed hopelessly ambitious is in reality possible if you're somewhat clever and, more importantly, actually follow through. Keep completing. Keep pumping up your ambition and finding ways to get somewhere more lofty. The interestingness will rise sharply with each new push. Principle number 3, focus. The Zen Valedictorian is a specialist. He focuses on a small number of areas and works consistently over time to become outstanding in them. He realizes that the relationship between reward and skill level is not linear, but instead exponential. A corollary of this truth: being excellent at one thing can yield significantly more rewards than being good at many, even though the former requires much less time than the latter. The goal of this principle is to maximize the rewards and interesting opportunities afforded while minimizing both the time investment and the schedule footprint i.e., total number of unique activities, a metric that strongly predicts stress. The world rewards experts. It is indifferent to generalists, and it couldn't care less how hard you worked. To satisfy this principle, the Zen Valedictorian will, by default, make his academic major an area of focus. He chooses a subject that intensely interests him, not the subject that seems most practical. Because he believes in underscheduling, he has the time needed to put serious thought into his class assignments. He soon becomes a department star, which opens up a wealth of exclusive opportunities and rewards hidden from most students. He will also typically choose a single extracurricular activity in which to become excellent. By the time he graduates, a Zen Valedictorian should be well known on campus for his focus area skill. Putting it all together. The Zen Valedictorian framework derives from a careful understanding of two important questions. Number 1, what generates stress? Number 2, what makes someone impressive? It notes that the answers to the two questions are different. It takes advantage of these differences to make possible the dream of a low-stress, impressive student lifestyle. Specifically, it notes that stress comes from having too many obligations pulling at your time. The principle of underscheduling prevents this situation from occurring. Impressiveness, on the other hand, comes from doing things very well in a way that defies expectation. The principles of innovation and focus generate these accomplishments. The principle of underscheduling indirectly helps the effort by keeping you low-stressed and providing the time needed to chase down relevant random opportunities as they arise. Moving forward. We have a lot more ground to cover. Each of the three principles provided a rich area of exploration. Over the coming months, we will dive into these ideas and improve our understanding of how to satisfy them and the types of strategies that might work. Also expect more case studies of real students who are living the Zen Valedictorian lifestyle. My goal here is nothing less than to dramatically remake your vision of a successful college career. The transformation is not trivial, but I assure you, it will be worth it. You just listened to the post titled How to Become a Zen Valedictorian, Decreasing Your Stress Without Decreasing Your Ambition by Cal Newport of calnewport.com. And hopefully you found that helpful. While it's made for students, technically, I think it definitely applies to everyone. And there are a bunch of links in this blog to the resources that he alluded to. And yesterday I had some fun sharing some of the countries that you are from. I mentioned countries who have listened only one time ever, which is funny, and also the top countries. And that reminded me that I have a demographic survey. It's really short, like 5 questions, and helps understand where you're from and your age so I can better tailor the content for you. There is incentive. I'm giving away books to random people who fill it out. So to access it, just visit oldpodcast.com/survey. The email address in there is optional. You can remain anonymous. But if you want to be in that raffle, do include your email address in there so I can notify you if you win and get the address to send the book. I won't add you to my mailing list or anything like that. This is just for the survey and to win a book. Again, the link is oldpodcast.com/survey. I think that's it for today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in tomorrow's show where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's oldpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.